YouTube, here we go. It's Crazy Bags coming at you from Springfield, Missouri at the Prime's main terminal, worldwide headquarters / primary training facility. We're going to do a video today on the engine compartment pre-trip. Okay, so the reason we have to do this is every PSD student will have to pass the pre-trip while they are doing their permit in order to get their actual CDL. Okay, so the way you start this is you get in front of your truck and you get down here and you look for any leaks or any puddles underneath your truck. Okay, very simple. Leaks or puddles indicating leaks. That's all you have to say. Going to come around the passenger side. We're going to do our general hoses. All you have to do is literally move your hand like this. Passenger side general hoses. Properly mounted, secured at both ends. No abrasion, bulges, or cuts, and not leaking. Okay, also on the passenger side, we have our belt-driven alternator. This is not your alternator, ladies and gentlemen. This is your air compressor for your AC. Your alternator's down here. It will always have some kind of red paint on it, and it will have a red electrical line hooked to it. Okay, that's how you can tell them apart. It's properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. All wires are connected. The belt is not cracked or frayed, and the free play on the belt, which is here, is between 1/2 and 3/4 inch. Okay, yes, this is my cheat sheet. I just want to make sure I get everything. All right, so that is everything on the passenger side. After that, you just go to the driver's side. Over here, we start with general hoses. Same thing. All you're going to do is just move your hand about. General hoses. All right, properly mounted, secured at both ends. No abrasion, bulges, or cuts. Not leaking. Coolant level. All right, it's your reservoir. Properly mounted, secured. Not cracked, bent, or broken. Not leaking. Filled to manufacturer specification. The specification's right on the side. You see right here, cold minimum. We're above that. Engine's cold. We are good. Belt-driven water pump. Right here. This is your belt-driven water pump. To give you an idea where it's at, I'm going to back out a little bit. You can see, here's the coolant. It's right down here. Belt-driven water pump right there. Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. The belt is not cut or frayed, and the free play is between 1/2 and 3/4 inch. The belt, to check it, is right here. So here's your water pump here. Here's your belt right here. So you just got to reach in there and play with the belt a little bit in order to get to it. Next step's oil level. Real simple. You got your oil dipstick. Going to check to make sure it's filled to manufacturer specification. The power steering fluid level. Look, right on top. Power steering fluid. Very simple to find. Power steering fluid level. Properly mounted, secured. Not cracked, bent, or broken. Not leaking. Filled to manufacturer specification. Same thing right here. You can see there's a cold, a max fill, and a max cold, and a minimum cold. Just make sure that it's filled up, all right? Now, back here on the frame, and I cannot show them to you, but they're down in this hole down here, and this is all you have to do is point down in there, okay? Is a gear-driven power steering pump, properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. And then continue to point down there. It's a gear-driven air compressor, properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. So those are both on the back on the frame. You can't really see them unless you get way down in there. But if you just know what they are and you point down in there, you'll get credit for that, okay? Next, we're going to go to our steering, gearbox, and hoses. So people say, well, where is it? Well, here's your power steering fluid. Here's your hose. Well, where do you think it goes? Of course, it goes to your steering gearbox. So here's your steering gearbox. Here's your hoses, all right? Let me back up, give you a better view where that's at. This is it right here. Here's your power steering fluid. So steering, gearbox, and hoses. Properly mounted, secured. Not cracked, bent, or broken. No abrasions, bulges, or cuts in your hose, and nothing's leaking. Okay, very simple. So from there, we can go to our steering linkage. Okay, there's 3 pieces to your steering linkage. It's all down here. Easiest way to find it, you got your gearbox. Here's your linkage. You have 3 pieces to your linkage. All right, and they are the pitman arm, the drag link, and the tire rod. I had to think about that, I almost couldn't remember what they are. But you got your pitman arm, your drag link, and your tire rod. You need to make sure that they're properly mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, and make sure there's no missing cotter nuts or castle nuts or cotter pins. This is what they're talking about right here. See this nut, how it kind of looks like the top of a castle tower? And then here's your cotter pin, keeping that in. Now you have to point out 3 locations. Here's one here, and if you just follow the drag link, there's another here, and if you continue to follow the drag link, there's a third one right down there, right there where my finger's kind of pointing right there. So those are your 3 locations for those items. Next we have our spring hangers and mounts. Okay, so on the 2019, we don't have leaf springs. We have spring hangers, which are here, and there's another one in the back there, and we have spring arms, which is this here. It's just one solid piece. So you have your spring hanger or mount, whichever one you want to say, and we have spring arms, okay? So for the spring hangers or mounts, it's properly mounted, secure, not cracked, bent, or broken at both the front and the rear. So, you know, point here and back there, front and the rear, okay? And then we don't have leaf springs, we just have a spring arm, okay? Properly mounted, secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. That's all you have to say. And then these U-bolts. Properly mounted, secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, none missing. Okay? While we're over here, we'll go straight to our shock absorber, which is right here. Properly mounted, secured at both ends, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. Let me flip my page on my cheat sheet. All right, so now we get into a lot of items that are repetitive, okay, that you're going to repeat a lot throughout this, usually in 3 different locations, okay? So here's our tire. I've got it turned so we can get a really good look today at what we're looking at. We're looking for our brake hose or line, which is here, okay? Properly mounted, secured at both ends, no abrasion, bulges, or cuts, and not leaking any air, okay? Brake chamber right here. Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. Slack adjuster and push rod. Here's your push rod. Here's your slack adjuster. Here's your push rod. Okay? Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. With the brakes released and pulled by hand, the push rod should not move more than 1 inch. Got to pull it like this. Mine doesn't move at all, so we're good. Got to move less than 1 inch. All right, we go into the brake drum area. Here, the outside part of this. So I kind of let the rust parts the top there. That'd be your brake drum area. Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. Brake lining right here. This is the brake lining. Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. No oil or debris, and the friction material is not worn dangerously thin. Okay, it's very important you say that. So then we move to the outside of the tire, and we have our axle seal or hub. Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking, filled to manufacturer specification. We have our lug nuts all the way around. Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, none are missing, no rust trails or powdery residue, and no cracks around the bolt holes. What you're looking for is, so we have some rust on this, but we don't have trails like running down. So you're looking for any kind of powdery residue or any kind of trails running down, and we don't have that, so we're in good shape. Next would be the rim itself. So properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, no unauthorized welds. If you get out there and you crack a rim, buy a new rim. They're about 265 bucks. Spend the money. Don't be trying to save money and weld it, have your cousin weld it. All right, we're gonna go to our steer tire. So steer tires are a little different than your other tires. No abrasion, bulges, or cuts to the tread or the sidewalls, either one. Okay? Properly filled to manufacturer specification, and the tread depth on your steer tires has to be 4/32 of an inch. Okay, your drive line and your trailer tires can be 2 30-seconds. Your steer tires must be 4. So up front here is 4 30-seconds of an inch, and you need to check it with an air gauge. So that concludes the engine compartment pre-trip. I hope it helps you all out. Good luck to you as you start your careers. Thank you.